Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, to kick off the first episode of 2026, I want to welcome you back to another episode of Album Spotlight. Now, the artist and album in the spotlight today we covered on our last episode of Now Hear This. The artist is Jakko M, and the album in the spotlight is his latest release, Son of Glen. This is Jakko's seventh release, released on June 27th, 2025 through Inside Out Music. The album was produced by Jakko M with a total playing time of 43 minutes. This is Jakko's follow-up release to his 2020 album Secrets and Lies. Now, aside from being a singer-songwriter, producer, multi-instrumentalist, from 2013 to 2019, Jakko was the lead singer and guitarist for King Crimson, taking over for Adrian Belew. Now, performing alongside Jakko on this album, you have Django Jakzsyk on bass guitar, Gavin Harrison of Porcupine Tree on drums, Ian Mosley of Marillion on drums. You have on cello for track one, uh, Caroline Lavelle, and on background vocals for track eight, you have Louise Patricia Crane. Now, this album, with eight tracks in total, three of which are instrumental, is listed as being a progressive rock, art rock album. I would list this more of a art rock album. There are progressive rock elements, but for me, this is an album of maturity, of reflection, of introspection, and in some cases, of resignation. Okay. Now, the album starts off with the instrumental Ode to Bellina at 2 minutes and 12 seconds. And before I continue, the songs run from between 2 minutes and change to about 10 minutes and change for track duration. Ode to Bellina again is an instrumental that starts off the album, and you know me, I'm a big fan of instrumental pieces. Beautiful melody on this piece, gorgeous cello, and wonderful piano on this piece. It's a good start to the album. Up next is a track called Somewhere Between Then and Now at 7 minutes and 30 seconds with delicate acoustic guitar in the intro, very melodic track. Wonderful, rich vocals done from Jakko. Jakko, in terms of his vocal style, I can't really compare him to any other singer of progressive rock or any type of music genre, rock or pop. Um, Very rich tone in his voice, wonderful, soothing tone also. You can't really compare him to, say, Peter Gabriel or Phil Collins or any one of the vocalists that you would try and compare him to. He's a unique individual in terms of his vocal delivery. I think he's fantastic. Coming up next, we have track three, How Did I Let You Get So Old? Just under 6 minutes, 5 minutes and 59 seconds. Mid-tempo piece, nice strong bass, subtle piano chords that come in, nice use of strings, and great gentle guitar chords. And around the midsection of the track, you have a really wonderful, haunting vocal phrasing that comes in, that's twinned with the guitar that come in. And How Did I Let You Get So Old? Basically, this is an individual that's looking at his, I would say, his wife, and regretting the fact that they've lost time together and that he took her for granted for a good chunk of time and wondering, how can I get that back? And then realizing he can't. Once the time is gone, it's gone, you know. Up next is for track four, we have This Kiss Never Lies, 7 minutes, 5 seconds. And it starts off with nice use of ocean effects with waves crashing on the shore, beautiful, gentle acoustic guitar chords, nice use of pan flute on this piece, subtle cello notes that come in, and great guitar solo. And what I like about Jocko's guitar work, number one, it's a very thick guitar tone, very prominent in the mix, very harmonic, very melodic, beautifully done. And I've said before on other episodes how a wonderfully crafted and arranged piece of instrumental music can have many uses, either as a intro to the album, which this one does, as a track placed in the middle of the running order of the album, to act as a respite from the tracks that come before and for the tracks that come after it. And that is the case with this album. Track 5, side 2, starts off with Ode to Bellina Reprise, again at 2 minutes and 12 seconds. And the arrangement for this is done on two guitars. Okay, now pretty much interwoven guitars. Great thick guitar tone on the main melody, but you also have a second guitar that comes in that is repeating the melody that is played on the cello on the opening track, Ode to Bellina. It's repeated, but done on guitar. It is wonderfully done, beautifully done. And again, strategically placed in the center of the album for the CD for track 5. It is bang on. It is beautifully arranged and done and wonderfully placed in the sequence of the album. Now, continuing on track 6, we have a piece called I Told You So at 5 minutes and 41 seconds. Nice strong bass on this piece, and nice use of guitar. Track 7 is the third instrumental called Get a Proper Job at 1 minute and 36 seconds. Mid-tempo track, nice thick guitar tone on this. Again, really good strong bass. And what I call subtle ethereal synth passages that come in on this piece. Track 8, the title track, Son of Glen, clocks in at a mammoth 10 minutes and 22 seconds. And this is the one piece that I would say would be considered more of a prog track. Starts off with intricate acoustic guitar section, nice harmony vocals from Jakko, textured synths, time signature changes on this, and great guitar on the solo and use elements of mellotron that come in. Um, this piece is one of the more introspective pieces on the album. This is basically, first of all, it's dedicated to Airman Glenn Tripp, passed away in 1973. Uh, this piece talks about a son writing a letter to his deceased father that he never knew, basically forgiving him for not being in his life and acknowledging the fact that he has lived a life himself and realized that his life has taken him on a journey that was unexpected. And there are things that he wishes that he could uh, fix or make right, I guess you'd say. But knowing that he, like his father, is fallible and makes mistakes, just like everyone else. And he's basically writing this letter to his father saying, I forgive you for not being there. I forgive you for the choices that you made. And because I, like you, have made mistakes. And needing to forgive his father in order to move on with the rest of his life. Again, this album for me is more considered more of an art rock album. Wonderfully done. I've listened to this album at least 4 times in the past day and a half. I can't get over it. I think it's just wonderful. I think it's rich and it's just melodic as all get out. Again, it is not your typical prog album in that you don't have the 20-minute suites or the 15-minute suites that is atypical with prog albums. But it's a wonderful piece of music as a collective. I don't think you could listen to this album a track at a time. I think you need to sit down and listen to this album as a whole and take the ride for 43 minutes. I've always said that albums for me are like musical journeys, and taking this journey is well worth it. So please do yourself a favor. Sit down. Don't put this on as background music. Sit down and listen to this album and do yourself a favor. Please take the journey. You will not be disappointed. You can get this on Amazon for something like for 19.99 on Amazon.ca. You can also get it on Amazon.co.uk. Amazon.com. You can get this on Discogs, on eBay, or better yet, visit your local record store, your independent record outlet, and ask them to order it for you if they can. It's on Inside Out Music, so I'm sure you can. And support your local record stores. And also, you can stream this on YouTube. Once you have, please put down in the comments below your opinion of this album. For me, this is one of the best albums I've heard thus far, and I'm just getting into it. The more I listen to it, I discover more colors, as it were, different elements to it, and it's simply wonderful. So check it out and let me know what you think of the album down below in the comments. That's it for now. And again, I want to thank everybody for watching. And if you've had a fantastic new year and you're still recovering, you have my sympathies. I understand completely. So please click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Keep yourselves on top of any new content I've got coming up. I've got more shows coming up with Jim Bricker and Ken Cheshire and Sagosh and Bill Schuster's coming up. We're going to be doing segments of Deep Dive 25 where each of us have come up with the bands that we know and love, and we're going to talk about 25 cuts from the bands, from the artists in detail and as to why we love these cuts. So that's coming up. It's going to be for, I believe, for the month of January. I did say the year, but it's going to be for the month of January. So please stay tuned for that. More episodes that we're working on, and we're going to bring them to you as soon as we possibly can. Again, take care of yourselves and a belated Happy New Year. Bye for now.